Welcome, everyone. It's Bill from cruisehabit.com. We are here live just outside of Port Everglades. And in just a moment, we're going to watch Odyssey of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's Odyssey of the Seas, sailing away for the very first time. It is her maiden voyage, first time sailing with guests, and a big occasion, especially considering all it took to get here, with many delays, of course, due to the ongoing pandemic. But she is here and sailing now. Line that up a little better. Sorry, we got something right in our eyes. Guys, this is Odyssey of the Seas. Again, this is her very first sailing with paying guests. 169.3 thousand gross tons of her, about 1,139 by 135 feet across. Under normal circumstances, at maximum capacity, she carries 4,284 people at double occupancy plus 1,551 crews. She's below that now because of the reduced capacities of sailings currently. As mentioned, she's been delayed a number of times, so it's great to finally see her out here. She's the first Quantum-class ship homeported in Port Everglades. In fact, that has never happened before. Technically, though, she is a Quantum Ultra-class ship, but I guess that makes her the first one of those as well. She's heading off for 8 nights, going to Aruba, Curacao, and Coco Cay. Plus a bunch of sea days. I'll tell you, on a ship like this, brand new, you want a bunch of sea days. So I think that probably works out pretty well for the lucky guests on board. Sailing is one of the first 2 or 3, all of them today, to require that. Well, actually, I guess for the protocols are a little bit different for this sailing because she's a sailing with mixed vaccinated and non-vaccinated guests. So everyone was required to be tested. There are some new protocols that we're talking about on our weekly series that we'll have up live on our YouTube channel later today. But everyone was tested before embarkation, and a large number of guests are fully vaccinated against COVID-19, as are all crew. In fact, while everyone's got to wear masks and distance while on board, there are areas just for vaccinated sailors, and it's a lot of them. Chef's table, teppanyaki, boleros, casino bar, solarium bar, the pub, solarium pool, the 70s party, the Hush Island party, Red party, so many more. I could keep naming them, but then I'm just going to scroll. The spa, the art auctions, virtual adventure zone, casino royale, and more. So handling things a little bit differently on the ship. A lot of venues just for vaccinated guests, trying to make things. Some unique things going on there. You have Ripcord by iFly. It's a skydiving simulator on board. You see a rock wall off to the side. A lot of sport activities on here. Also, if you look toward the forward mast there, that is actually the North Star, which is a observation pod of sorts that gets pulled over the ship or even over the side of the ship, so that guests can enjoy the view from many hundreds of feet up. Really like the wraparound windows all the way aft there, just above where it says Odyssey of the Seas on her stern. That's a venue called 270. It's an entertainment venue. A lot of people compare the look of the windows with that, with Celebrity Edge class ships, a class of ship I'm a big fan of, and that actually we may be seeing in just a couple here, because Celebrity Edge is scheduled to sail out, and I thought they'd keep them real close by each other for the occasion. Maybe they haven't dropped line yet. This is one of 2 ships sailing a maiden voyage out of Florida today. Ultra, less calories, tastes great, says Robert Lassoff. There are 2 cruise ships that are maiden voyages out of Florida today. The other is Carnival Mardi Gras, which is sailing out of Port Canaveral. And we were actually on board her yesterday for a special preview event. We got to check out a bunch of spaces, taste some things, have a bunch of drinks. and even enjoy a little bit of the entertainment on board that ship. We'll have lots more of that to share with you in the coming days over at cruisehabit.com and on the Cruise Habit YouTube channel. Might have to go check that ship out sometime soon. It won't be August 20th, though, because on August 20th, we're going to be on MSC Mirabilia. That's our next sailing. We've so far got 21 days back at sea and looking to make up for lost time. Again, for those just joining, this is Odyssey of the Seas, very first Quantum class ship home ported out of Port Everglades, and this is her maiden voyage, first time she's sailing with paying guests. She is not a small ship, almost 170,000 gross tons, 1,139 by 135 feet across, and she's capable of carrying just shy of 4,300 passengers at double occupancy. Looking over my shoulder for a moment, because we do have Celebrity Edge in port as well. They both had departure times of 6 o'clock. However, I don't yet see Edge on the move. I know that just today there were some protocol updates, or effective today, some protocol updates to both Royal Caribbean and Celebrity sailings out of the U.S. more than 5 nights or more, and those new protocols involve the requirement to have a negative COVID-19 test within 72 hours of embarkation, even if you are vaccinated. And that's the big change with that in particular. So that may have delayed some things with Edge, and I'm sure the first couple days are going to be rough as some people are being tested at the port since they got last-minute news of this. Cruising is back, and as I've said over on cruisehabit.com, cruising is back and maybe better than ever. The one thing you do have to keep in mind is that you might have to be flexible. We see policies changing all the time, availability of certain things changing. But if you're willing to be a little bit flexible, you can get back to sea as well. And if you want to do that, maybe, I don't know, say at the beginning of next year, and you want to join us, you can join us on Celebrity Apex. It's the very first Cruise Habit group cruise. You can find more information at apexgroupcruise.com. We've got some exclusive events and special rates for you. Brian says Quantum class ships are so sleek, in my opinion. Most beautiful in the fleet to me. You know what? I am inclined to agree with that sentiment. I do think they're very nice looking ships. At first, when they first came out, I thought they looked a little tall and narrow. And I guess they maybe still kind of do. However, when you see them from the side, they just have some really neat lines. And again, I do enjoy those windows in 270. I'm sure I'd enjoy them even more if I was in 270. In 270, enjoying from that angle. How's the testing being handled? Is Cruise Line doing it, or are you doing it on your own? So generally speaking, you are doing it on your own. That in mind, because this just became effective today and was just announced like 2 days ago. That's a very last minute change. So the cruise lines have been understanding, and they were testing people if they didn't have a chance to get the results yet. They were doing testing at the port. That's not something that I think they're going to be continuing as a planned thing, at least. But it will be available for certain situations as it was before. I suspect that in the next couple of days, everyone has enough time to work that out and work through the logistics, which I get it can be a little bit challenging. It's a little bit of a hassle, but it's all for good reason. Then I don't think we'll see any delays. I saw some people complaining about Edge embarkation today going slower than expected, and I wasn't there, so I can only read what I saw on Facebook. But it wasn't a surprise to me given those last minute change in requirements. Don't yet see Celebrity Edge on the move. I don't know if she's still tied up. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull something down on my screen real quick and check. Check that out. Again, she was scheduled for the same embarkation time. As I mentioned, as I check on this for you guys, I was on Carnival Mardi Gras yesterday. And if you have not sailed on a Carnival ship in a while, or even if you did very recently, I'll tell you, Mardi Gras is something truly, truly different. And I would encourage you to check it out if you even think maybe for a moment that you're interested. So many more options than you can imagine, and great attention to detail, even in just hallways and kind of void space. Really nice attention to detail on that ship. Edge abandoned their pre-testing late in the day, from what you heard. Huh. I believe it. I did not. I had not heard that, but I believe it. Yeah, maybe be that it was taking too long to do the branding procedure. Well, let's just roll with it. We are out at Dr. Von de Johnson State Park here in Fort Lauderdale, just outside of Fort Everglades. And if you want to come watch the Everglades, because this is the first time in 16 plus months that two ships have left this port with guests on the same day. So now that cruising is returning, if you want to come watch the sailways, search Von DON over on Cruise Habit. We've got an article explaining how to get to the park and even the significance and story of the name and the history, because it is kind of interesting, I think so. So be sure to check that out. Maybe you can join me next time out here at the port. Looking forward to the days that we're back, having 6, 7, even 8 cruise ships sailing away. We'll get there. Hope the pre-testing's gone by your November Harmony cruise flying down to Florida Friday. Cruise on Sunday makes logistics really difficult. Yeah, I suspect that if it's not, I mean, you know, hey, I hope it's gone for a number of reasons, right? Because what it would represent. But I suspect that if it's not, they're going to have to get, they're going to have to become helpful. You know, like maybe working with some local hotels to facilitate the logistics of tests, and or at least providing more information about the best way to get it done. Because you know, we ran into a similar thing where there were some additional testing requirements at the last minute when we sailed Celebrity Millennium out of St. Martin on that very first cruise, and we were able to work that out. But we were only flying in from South Florida, and 2 days early, not 3 days early. If either of those factors would have been different, it would have been real tricky. Happy Odyssey finally made it out. You and I both. It was such a shame to see, you know, brand new, interesting ships get so delayed. You know, obviously things beyond our control. I understand why it happened. It was really quite a tease. Checking my screen here, it looks like Edge might still be tied up. I think she's moving 0.1 knots, but that could be an anomaly. I don't touch secret status. All right. So maybe that Edge is still a little bit delayed. So we may sign off for now. If we see Edge leaving in the next couple minutes, so we'll come back to you guys and share that as well. If you have cruise questions, please don't hesitate to reach out either here on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or in the comments over at cruisehabit.com. If you don't already, please subscribe to the Cruise Habit YouTube channel. We're putting out more and more video content, working on Mardi Gras videos now. And later tonight, we'll have out our new weekly series, Billy's Cruise Takes. I think that's Brian. I'm looking on a very tiny screen because my tablet's messed up. Yeah, Brian. Problem is, it's hard to meet that 3-day window if you're traveling from a distance. Oh, absolutely. I agree. And that's why I'm thinking what they might be able to do is at least do something to make it easier to be tested in the destination city and get results back right away, right? So even if you're flying in the same day, but you were on a flight, you were flying in from Vietnam, and it really, you know, took you a long time or something to be able to whether it's at the port or someplace nearby, get a test result even the same day that you could get the results for within a couple hours. You know, they have the capacity to work out something like that. I think they were already pretty well prepared to do pre-embarkation testing for everyone. If you ask them X months ago, you know, before the situation was a little bit different. So hopefully they'll just ramp that back up and, work out some things with labs, because I completely understand how difficult it might be for some persons that are traveling from a long distance. So I think that's going to do it for now. Again, if we see Edge coming out before we are all packed up, we'll go live again. But this is the view from Dr. Bonnie Missoula Johnson State Park. I'm Bill from cruisehabit.com. Please check out cruisehabit.com for more cruise information and tips. And if I can ask one favor of you, yeah, sure. Like, subscribe, all of that, like I was talking about. Follow us on Instagram, all of those things, because we've got lots more content to come. We've got, I think, 8 cruises in 2021, which we're cruising to start in June. So we've got a lot coming up to share. But in addition, find something on cruisehabit.com, find a video on YouTube, find just a tweet, even if it's just a ridiculous typo, like I know I have on a Facebook post right now, where I didn't spell summer the right way. Even if it's something just ridiculous, to share that with someone else who will find it amusing, entertaining, helpful, etc. That would mean the world to me, and I appreciate it very, very much. Look out for that video later tonight on YouTube, and who knows when you will see us live next. Maybe sooner than you expect. Thanks so much, guys. I look forward to talking ship with all of you again real soon.